Yeah, hi guys. I'm back. I haven't done a video for a while, and I'm going to begin a new video series on the Beretta, the Silver Pigeon, a competitive um, version of the Silver Pigeon, the sporting edition. Um, a lot of people have asked me about that Condor shotgun and what happened with it. And I shot that gun for almost a year. I had 1,800 shots through it, and I decided, for the money I paid, it's it's fine. I'm I'll just keep it, and I'm not going to worry about sending it back to the manufacturer. The gun was acceptable given the price, but that gun is the reason why I decided to step it up and buy a gun that's a little north of $2,000. And this gun has a lot of good reviews. This was the 2019 version, which apparently they changed between the 18 and the 19, where the 19 has a lot more scrolling on it than the 2018 and earlier guns. And the scrolling is a little bit overdone. Uh, it doesn't need to be quite so overly scrolled, but that's fine. That's just minor. The reason I chose this gun is because there's people who've had a lot of good results with this gun. I've heard of people shooting 200,000 shots through these guns without having any issues at all. So that's why I decided to step it up and buy a real gun. But this gun is not acceptable. I came in just a couple days ago and I am sending it back. I called Beretta. They said send it back on my dime. They didn't give me a remittance authorization. So I'm sending it back to the East Coast to have them look at it. Well, I will. I'll explain why I'm sending it back. This is just this Beretta is the. Let's just put it this way: the fit of the stock, where the stock meets the receiver on guns that are far cheaper than this Beretta. The fit is better on cheaper guns than the fit that is showing on this gun. So I'll zoom in and I'll see if I can kind of show why this gun is not acceptable. Let's see if I can. I might have over zoomed. I did. Well, I don't know. Maybe one less zoom if I can. Let's see. Okay, so this is really, this is ridiculous. This is bullshit. That that they would release a gun like this, $2,000+ gun, so $2,400 suggested manufacturer's retail. The where the stock meets the receiver, in basically each of the corners of the stock, it's oversized. The whole stock is oversized, and it's bigger than the receiver. And each corner of the stock, where the stock, each corner where the stock meets the receiver, there's a point that can catch, that is catchy. And some of these points are really large. Let's see, if we look straight down the receiver, this spot right here, this dark spot, that dark spot is where the stock is oversized, and the stock is, it's just going to catch, something's to catch that little point, that rather big point of wood, and it's going to split out this whole piece of stock. It's inevitable that this stock will be sheared off. It won't take much because these points are so big on each of the corners. This one is, I measured this one. This is 2.5 centimeters, or excuse me, millimeters. This little point right here, which you can really see good in here, That's 2.25 millimeters that it's extending beyond the receiver. This corner, not quite as bad, but it's pretty obvious. You can see where. And then even on the side where the stock meets the receiver, there's a large gap. Not nearly as large as the corners, in each of the corners, but you know, my pen is just following along in that where it's larger than the receiver. So, and down here on the bottom, we've got obvious oversized stock. Down here, oversized stock. So this is, you know, you wouldn't, $600, $800 guns have a better fit between the stock and the receiver than this Beretta. So I am putting it in, it's going back today or tomorrow, and we'll see how well Beretta does with fixing this. I mean, the whole stock, everywhere where it's supposed to meet the receiver, it's oversized. And it wouldn't have taken a woodworker, and I wouldn't do it myself, but you know, for example, if I were to remove the stock, remove the receiver, and just round the edges down with a whatever it takes to just get these edges down, then that would make it. If we had rounded edges, we're not going to have anything catch and tear. But you know, I've been shooting long enough to know that when you have an edge, you know, an exposed edge that big, that's just going to catch on a piece of clothing, and it's either going to tear the clothing, or sooner or later it's going to tear out this big chunk of stock. So I'll continue the series downstream when I get this gun back. We'll see how well they resolve, you know, address and resolve this problem. I hope that they can get this Beretta stock to meet the receiver the way it's supposed to meet, and the way it's traditionally done. So yeah, appreciate your folks taking the time to watch this video, and I'll update this video probably in a month or two or longer when I get the gun back from Beretta. Take care. Thanks for watching.